considered what makes a business thrive. At a YTM event recently, each participant had 3 minutes to share their idea or their wisdom on how they feel a business can best thrive.
Since it's about thrive and thriving, and I love systems and systemology and how to systemize a business and doing it, I thought we'd cover off how to have a thriving business and have it run without you. And that's backed and thanks to systemology and that process. I like to work with service professionals who feel overworked and they've actually become the bottleneck when they're working in their business and scaling their business. And that's because they don't really have a systemized business from which to grow. And I liked what James said, Simon said earlier about not necessarily wanting to go down that path. And I completely understand that. But for when a business does want to scale and grow and they're not systemized and the owner or the partners have become the bottleneck, then, you know, it makes it really difficult for the business to hire more staff and sort of take it to the next level. So what I do is I turn the undocumented processes in their business into a fully documented set of valuable systems so that the owner can actually start to step out of the business, spend more time with their family, take holidays, and have that solid foundation from which to scale their business. And for some, they're actually planning and exiting and they want to sell the business or even pass it on to a family member to run. And they have that sort of, those inbuilt systems. So to share some of the points, some of the common failing points we see is the business owner themselves. All the partners of a firm are the bottleneck and they're very unaware of it. So they're actually unaware they're the bottleneck until we have some conversations. We map some things out and they go, oh, yeah, I'm doing all these things. And that's why there's this hold up and you know, the sort of work, the backlog of work. Quite often they're also aware that they're the bottleneck, but they just don't know how to get themselves out of it. Like they really don't know where to get started. And one of the other failing points I often see is that there's key person dependency. So either themselves or one of the key people in their team, and it could be a small team, there's a key dependency on them. And that is a key point of failure if that person goes on leave or tries to go on leave and have a break. Not that we can really go very far these days. This is really how to have your business thrive and run without you, if that's what you choose to do. So where to start systemizing, where to look at where to systemize. I say start with where the bottleneck is an actual serious problem. If there's something you need to resolve, then that's a good place to start with. Sometimes it's complex because it's the bleeding neck problem in the business and, you know, it's quite complex. But if it's too complex, move to the next step, which is start with some of the easiest parts, because then you get some wins and you feel good. And I suggest you start with where you generate the money in the business and go from there. So if you're going to systemize anything, don't systemize something that's so unimportant it's not going to make a difference. Start with where it will make a difference, and usually that's where the business generates an income. And also, I mean, most businesses offer maybe, you know, several services, products and things like that. I say look at the one core product or service to start with. That's the most profitable for the business right now. And you can start to sort of document that process and start to systemize that part, because what happens is if that's the one core thing that's generating revenue, then that's going to reap, you're going to reap the rewards. It's going to sort of add multiple layers of scale to your business if again, that's what you're after. So sometimes you might need to simplify what your core product or service is when it comes to actually documenting your systems. And even this process might reveal, in fact, it does reveal lots about how you run your business or how you operate certain areas and where you might be able to sort of create some more efficiency down the track. So I say proceed to document your processes and systems once you've identified what that core product is or the core problem or a simple one to get started with. And if you've got a team, bring everyone on your team up to that existing standard. So you don't have to try and have a perfect system to start with or create perfection before you start this process. Get what's working best in your business, because your business is working, right? You've got a workable business. So try and bring everyone else on the team up to that existing standard, like the best possible standard. And that's a really good starting point, because what that means is now you've got a process and a business that can actually make money without you if you choose to. You can step out because you can put people in and say, this is how we do things. And then I can take a break. So that's where you're sort of heading heading for. So start with simple first, because if you can't systemize the simple, you're never going to systemize the complex one successfully. So really just start with simple wherever you can. And if whoever's interested in this process, we've got a PDF that you can download that walks you through the steps for systemizing your business by creating, it's a system for creating systems. So if you're interested, then just go to systemisemybusiness.com/system and you can get that resource.